Well, for quite some time, State Senator Brent Taylor has been promising that he would reveal several allegations against Shelby County DA Steve Mulroy as to why he thinks DA Mulroy should be ousted from office. And he had a news conference this week with a full binder with tabs and crosstabs explaining why 9 different reasons why he thinks Steve Mulroy is no longer fit to have office. He's had the office for 2 years in an 8-year term. Let's show you a story now, if we can, by ABC24's Kevin McNamara that just kind of brings you up to speed on where things are right now.
He is not following the law.
Republican State Senator Brent Taylor will be introducing a resolution next week to form a committee of lawmakers, which will conduct an investigation and have subpoena power before making their recommendation to the full legislature on whether Mulroy should stay or go.
He was willing to circumvent the authority of the General Assembly and just simply prosecute based on how he wished the law were written, rather than how it was actually written.
The senator bringing out page after page of documents listing 9 different ways he says Mulroy has circumvented the law. Taylor also alleges Mulroy undermined the state attorney general during the past 2 years he's held the office of Shelby County's top prosecutor. Taylor already has the backing of top Republican leadership in his efforts, including House Speaker Cameron Sexton.
I would go back to when he ran for office. He was soft on crime. That's what he ran on. The other thing is we never had a DA in our state who's as left as him. We need to continue to put pressure on him. If he can't do the job, then we need to go and figure out who can.
Mulroy pushed back on the claims with a statement saying crime is down significantly in Shelby County, adding, quote, "Senator Taylor has been critical of me before I even took office and has continually raised his profile by attacking me. His claims are untrue and vague, serving only to distract from the real issues facing Shelby County."
Well, we were all keeping a close eye on those 9 different allegations that Senator Taylor promised to bring out. Otis, we'll start with you. What were your thoughts on just how strong a case Senator Taylor made?
That remains to be seen. We have 9 allegations, but they are vague. And I still don't know what is really in those allegations that rises to the level of kicking someone who was duly elected by the people out of office. I'm thinking that this is bordering on, if not surpassing, an abuse of power here by Senator Taylor. And okay, let's have a commission. I'll be interested to find out who's on this commission. I would doubt that there will be many Democrats on this commission. And so we'll see what happens there. But the allegations that I read are very vague, including one that talks about some racial discrimination in the office, which I believe stems from his effort to increase diversity with the people in the office. So maybe this is another example of the Republicans being opposed to diversity, equity, and inclusion. And one more quick point for the speaker to say that we've never had anybody that is far left as a DA, that speaks volumes about what this is all about. This is a political witch hunt. More than it is substantive. And this is all about a Democrat defeating a Republican in an election, and the Republicans don't like it.
Reverend Norman, your take on what Otis just said, and supposing this does go to a vote by the full legislature, given the Republican supermajority that we see at the state capitol, is there anything really that I would think that Senator Taylor is holding all the cards at this point? What are your thoughts?
Well, Senator Taylor does appear to be holding all of the cards, but holding the cards and disregarding the facts or the truth of the matter is 2 different things. I think the legislature is going to ultimately do whatever the supermajority gets persuaded to do. He starts his comment by saying he's not following the law. There are times that the law is written in such a way that resolving the issue gets lost in the law. The unintended consequences of prosecution is just to lock everybody up. We have an overcrowded prison system. We have a jail that's not functioning properly. People are dying in it. DA Mulroy went about trying to do the work in a different way. Crime was on the increase under the previous DA. Over the 2 years that he's been there, and let me throw in the police chief, we're now seeing record decline So what we're going to have to do is that if we go by the rule of Joe Friday, just the facts, ma'am, just the facts, then we're going to have to say something is trending in the right direction, and maybe it has something to do with some of the tactics that DA Mulroy may be applying to improve the criminal outcome and the justice system in Shelby County.
All good points. Susan, what's your reaction? Not only to the case that Senator Taylor has made, but also the prospects for success in removing DA Mulroy in Nashville?
Well, look, maybe Brent Taylor's rhetoric has been a little bit rough. That's not my style, and actually I've told him that. But in fairness, when we talk about he's playing the political game, come on, guys, this is politics. They were both elected to office as political candidates, and this is what you call the power of the bully pulpit. Steve Mulroy has that power too. So when Taylor ran for office, he was elected to office on the promise that he would work hard to reduce crime here. And this fight with Mulroy, who was once his friend, is part of that. You know, when Mulroy says that crime has dropped substantially in Memphis, if you go to the Crime Commission's website and look at the overall statistics, crime has dropped about 10%, according to the data, in the last few months. Well, in 2023 and 2024, the 2 years since Mulroy was elected, overall crime, according to their data, has been at an all-time high for since 2006. That's 20 years. So for the first 2 years of Mulroy's tenure, crime was at an all-time high. Now, I've got news for the DA. If you campaign promising you're going to be tough on crime, which he did, and then you get into office indicating by some of your actions that you'll go easy on the bad guys, well, the bad guys recognize this real quickly. They know who the softies are, and that's, I think, where Brent Taylor is coming into the scene. Will he be disenfranchised? Will Mulroy be kicked out of office by the state legislature? I have my doubts. I have my strong doubts. But we do have a heavy-handed Republican legislature, and who knows what they're going to do and how Mulroy is going to make his case to the legislature. And I think therein is the key to whether he keeps his job or not. I don't totally agree with Taylor, and I don't totally agree with Mulroy, but guys, this is politics. And this is the dirty side of it.
Yeah. Go ahead, Otis.
Can I briefly respond to this? And I'm not trying to carry Mulroy's water. He has done some things that I disagree with. But the fact is that crime started to rise in this community right after Jim Strickland got elected, and he ran on crime. And the crime numbers, especially homicides, went up tremendously, starting in 2016 and 17 and 18 and 19. And so I didn't hear anybody, of course, Brent Taylor was not a state senator back then, but I didn't hear anybody in the legislature saying, let's get rid of Jim Strickland, let's get rid of Amy Wyrick, who I'm friends with her. But the fact is that you're right, Susan, this is a political fight here. But the voters spoke here. And you're undermining the voters on political reasons, and that's just wrong in my mind.
All right. Susan, you want to react?
But I throw in real quickly again that Steve Mulroy ran for the office of DA as a neoliberal, but he said he would be tough on crime. And then some of his actions showed not so tough, and that's where Brent Taylor found a vacancy to move in with his political actions,
Which he has done with full force. We're going to leave it there. When we